Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill BROONZY, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses sing on it.
Shoo bob shooby doo doo booby doo dow.
And the shot rang out, bang!
Hot dog!
Don't hesitate! It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow!
Call her frivolous sound, peculiar sort of a gal, and a heart that was mellow and all round good fellow was my old pal. Heartaches, trouble, and care, she was always willing to share.
Share what?
Wild sword and devil, but dead on the level was my gal Sal. Play that piano. Sal, a peculiar sort of a gal, a heart that was mellow, all round good fellow was my old pal. Heartaches, troubles, and care, she was always willing to share. An all round good devil, but dead on the level was my gal Sal. Yeah. Howdy, folks, and welcome to Horses Sing None of It. My name is Ralph Litwin, and our guest today is very welcome, Rio Clemente.
Hey, Ralph.
Rosario.
Yeah, well, don't spread that out.
Okay.
It's good to be here.
Well, I'm glad you could make it. Rio is a jazz legend, I would say, in this area. He comes from Morristown, and he was, I see from your bio, a child prodigy. What age did you start on the piano?
3.5.
3.5. Wow. That's an early age to start.
Quite early.
My kid is 10, and he's just getting his feet wet.
Well, it's just one of those things, you know, that was born with.
You came naturally.
Yeah. But you have to develop it. I mean, you have a natural ability, but you still have to develop it. Otherwise, it goes nowhere, which is not good at all.
You got to develop your natural talent. Yeah,
Yes.
I agree with that. And you've played with many of the jazz greats.
Quite a few, because some of them are pushing up daisies right now, unfortunately for us. But Bobby Hackett, Joe Venuti, Clark Terry, Miles. No, I never played with Miles. Milt Jackson, and Bucky Pizzarelli.
And you toured with
and
these
on
guys?
and on and on. Yeah, did a lot of touring. Now I only go out occasionally.
You like to stay around home?
Yeah, I keep pretty busy. I work, I have an unusual gig. I play at the supermarket, as you know.
Yes, I've been there many
Been
times.
there,
That's a great gig.
Sat in with us and had a ball, right?
How long has this gig been going on? It's like many years.
Well, I started my 7th year.
Starting your 7th
Thanksgiving,
year.
yeah.
And it was the food town in Cedar Knolls,
Cedar
New
Knolls.
Jersey. That was originally, and now you're in on Route 10.
At Pine Plaza, right?
Pine
Super
Plaza
food
in,
town.
is it Hanover now?
That's Whippany.
Whippany.
It's considered Whippany, yeah.
And it's what, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday through
Sunday, right.
At lunchtime, you can come in.
Yeah, we have a full-time chef on board. It's unheard of, right?
It's great. It's
but
right
you've been in the store, you know what it's like.
Yeah, the food is great,
incredible.
and Rio's there playing some great music, and people come by to jam.
Yeah, you never know who's going to fall in. It's the day after Thanksgiving, we had 8 musicians.
Wow.
We had more musicians than we had people, but for that particular day, which is understandable, because everybody was fooded out.
It was a party.
Yeah, we had a wonderful time.
Why don't you play something for us? Tell us what you'd like to play.
I wrote a song called I Remember Duke, in memory of Duke Ellington. And I'd like to play that for you.
Great.
We don't need a bass for this, right?
Real nice.
Tried to write it in the style of Duke Ellington's music, you know.
I picked up on that. It did sound like him. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. You're classically trained and went to Juilliard.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got bitten by the jazz bug.
Yeah, when I was in school.
How did that happen?
walking through the halls.
Walking through the halls, you heard some jazz music
Yeah,
and went, whoa,
that's exactly
wait.
right. Well, you heard it was a cacophonous sound. I mean, when you walk through the halls, you heard people practicing violin, cello, piano. You could hear anything.
Uh-huh.
And it was, but every once in a while you hear somebody playing some jazz, you know, you go in the room and listen to it. So I took a few jazz courses, and then I really got into it. So I started listening to Art Tatum, Earl Garner, Oscar Peterson, you know, people of that genre.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been doing it for a long time now, so.
We're not going to say exactly how
No,
long.
we're not. We're not going to say that, no.
But you also have a group of any size that you could bring with you?
Yeah, it's called Rio Clemente and Friends. This way I'm safe.
This way you're safe. And we should let people know how they can get in touch with you in case they want to hire you as soloist or with
Right.
entourage and group.
So we're available for concerts, weddings, funerals, you name it, we do it.
And the number is there on the screen, 201-586-8863.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It's on the screen. And you can call Rio. You also give lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to take piano from a great jazz pianist? Or do you teach classical too?
That's what I teach.
Oh, you teach classical.
I teach classical, I teach jazz too. But to be a well-rounded jazz musician, you should really have a classical training.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe in that. So, 'cause I still study classical music. I study with Walter Giannini in Persephone.
Mm-hmm.
Persephone. It used to be in Persephone. It's in Randolph now.
And you've been taking...
My tongue's not working right today. I don't know.
You've been taking lessons from him for a long period of time.
Yeah, since high school.
Since high school.
Well, actually, he's become a very dear friend.
You found a good
I
teacher
enjoy
and stuck
being
with him.
Yeah, that's right. You can never learn enough. You know, so, and if I feel that I owe it to people that come to listen to me, and I owe it to myself, because then I have goals that I can set for myself. And I know that at the end of each week I have to have certain material, because there's so much material out there, you just can't possibly learn it all. You know, it would take a few lifetimes.
Yeah, there's a lot of music out
Yeah.
there for sure. What else do you have on board for us?
Well, how about Loose Caboose? Want to give that a shot?
I thought we were going to finish up with that.
Oh, we're going to finish up with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Unless you got something else in
No,
mind
that's
to
all
finish
right.
up with.
I'll do a tune I called Pastimes. It's kind of a waltz, jazz waltz.
That can really transport you
Oh, where am I? Oh, it's
to another land. That's great. What was the name of that?
Pastimes.
Pastimes. That's great.
I didn't write that for anyone. I wrote it for me.
Good for you. My pastime is playing this. That's great. Do you remember, I mean, you were a little kid obviously, but do you remember what it was that like sparked you to suddenly want to play the piano?
Well, we had one in the house. And as I say, I was 3½, so I don't really remember. I can only go by what they told me. You know, my family told me that one day I just crawled upon my aunt's lap and just started to play, sitting at the piano. And I've been playing ever since. But that's how it started. My sister wanted a piano. My father picked up some junk somewhere and found it on the side of the road, actually. The man was going to chop it up, and he said, well, if I take it away, can I have it? And the guy said, sure, take it. And so that's how we started.
So your aunt was a player also?
No, she was just sitting there.
Oh, she was just sitting there at the piano.
Yeah, she happened to just be sitting there. I guess maybe if she wasn't sitting there, maybe I wouldn't have climbed up on the stool or something, who knows. But I also can remember some other things with the piano. My sister had a little egg beater with a miniature egg beater, and I took the egg beater and I took all the keys off. I also remember that. I got in trouble for that one. But
I guess so.
yeah.
So you had another piece that you told me about that you wrote for Bobby Hackett?
The Gentleman. Would you like to hear that?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay. I'll change the setting a little bit to give a little softer sound.
The time is almost run out,
You're
Rio.
kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Went that fast.
We have enough time to say adios to our viewing audience and to thank you for being on the show.
Pleasure.
It was great to have
Thanks,
you.
Ralph.
And we've got this little jam session worked out. This is from your Nashville period.
Right.
You were in Nashville for a couple years?
Just a year.
A year?
I did the Grand Ole Opry while I was there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It was fun. Not lucrative, but fun.
That's the story of a musician's life,
Yes.
I think.
That's right. Ask the pros, right?
And what's the name of this?
Loose Caboose.
Loose Caboose. Appropriately to end the show.
Tail end.
So we're going to take it out. Once again, thanks for being on the show.
Okay,
And
great.
thanks for tuning in, folks,
Yeah.
and inviting us into your living room today. We'll hope we'll see you again.
Here we go.
Whoops.
Back to G.
They're still rolling the credits. Play it through another time.
Take it.
Loose Caboose.
Did we make it?
Bye.
When it comes to hard work, even major leaguers don't let up. Neither should you. Give school a major league effort.
A message from the Philadelphia Phillies and its players for the New Jersey Education Association.
I don't know if you remember me, but I'm your lab partner in science. Anyways, I was wondering if you'd consider dancing with me.
Yeah, I would.
Really? You dance with me?
No, I said I'd consider it. Then I'd say no.
Hi, I don't know if you know me very well, but...
No, thank you.
I'm not much of a dancer, but...
No.
You know, I wouldn't blame you if you said...
No.
Would you like to
No.
dance with me?
first you don't succeed. You're pretty normal. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.